So there's this absolutely weirdest glitch that has been happening for 3 weeks now that makes absolutely no sense. You know, we simulcast over on Rumble, and it's only with Sidebar. It never updates the title to the newest show.
Interesting.
It gives us like the title for 3 shows back. So as we're having the countdown, I have to go in there and manually fix it like every time. I have no idea what causes it. It is the oddest thing ever. It makes no sense. So while you guys are all sitting back having a drink, just relaxing as the thing counts down, I'm over here frantically trying to get stuff done. Good times, but Ellie keeps me company. Hi, sweetheart.
Because there's one thing I do, it's relax and kick back.
Yes, yeah, you're very good at that. So anyways, welcome to Sidebar, everybody. Good evening. Nice to have you all here.
Good evening.
Hello, everyone.
Good evening.
So I'm pretty sure we did a part 1 on this guy for Sidebar too, didn't we?
I believe so.
Did.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
So this is Mr. Kaufman, the funeral home director up in the thumb of Michigan. So again, this is Michigan.
Put your pinky, Daniel.
What?
Leelanau County. You got to put your pinky out.
It was, wasn't it? You want it like that?
Vulcan mitten.
Vulcan, yeah. I think in Michigan it's like live long and poorly. But anyways, yeah. So in the thumb, he like ripped off a couple hundred people. But so yesterday, he had his sentencing. And it didn't exactly go to plan. And there's a whole lot we can talk about. So we thought we'd do a part 2 on this guy. So feel free to sound off in the chat on this one, because if you were paying attention during the morning show, I gave you all homework to go watch this. And I know that you all did your homework, so we can discuss it. So who wants to start yelling first? Anybody feeling feisty?
How dare she ask for an adjournment?
Yeah. So
I'll start there.
Yeah. Do you want to set the scene as to why she asked for an adjournment?
Well, apparently he had a little bump on the head. Apparently he fell down the stairs, had to be taken to the hospital with a concussion.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I've got 2 theories on that one. Theory number 1 is he fell down the stairs by throwing himself down the stairs.
Oops, I slipped.
Or theory number 2 is he went to his wife and said, "Beat me over the head because I need to get out of this." And being frustrated by the whole situation, she obliged and took a frying pan inside of his head. And then they went to the ER. It's one of those is my best guess. But
yeah, such a thick skull that he was immediately discharged.
Yep.
And it happens to be on the date that he had his sentence. Mm-hmm.
Well, and he had already delayed. Oh, go ahead, Austin.
I was going to say, that's where it gets me going, is if you had a concussion, they're not letting you go that quick.
No.
Nope.
To where you're found at home. That's not happening. So either he didn't go at all, or he started to and then decided to go home.
He did go.
He did go. They had discharge papers.
They gave Judge Pill the discharge papers.
I missed that.
Yep. And then yeah, his attorney was like, "Well, we need to adjourn this because he's had a concussion." And Judge is like, "Well, the voir dire him then. Let's just see how concussed he is."
That was amazing.
Yep. That
was.
And that very quickly went nowhere.
Yeah.
Because he's like, "Yeah, they did this, and this to me," and he sounded fine. And Judge is like, "Yeah, we're just gonna do this."
And why not just at least be like, hey, Judge, like,
for once he did the right thing and was honest. He could have faked it, but that would have kind of been perjury.
Yep.
Yeah, but when you've already ripped off 200 people, what's a little perjury between friends?
I know.
Yeah.
But there's a line in the sand there. Perjury, I think, is just one step too far. after stealing.
He's a fraud, not a liar.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I gotta be honest though, I'm kind of disappointed in our guy because they had said that he had done like delays during the pre-sentence investigation or something like that, and then he comes up with this concussion thing, and then he gets into court and they voir dire him and he just acts all normal. Like,
Yeah.
dude, he's gone this far.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, keep the tap dance going.
Yeah.
And it's
Right.
not like, I mean, it was already written, It's just, this is just a sentencing hearing. He already pled no contest.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Right.
I mean, it's inevitable. Just get it over with, dude.
I mean, yeah, you're delaying the inevitable here. But I also feel like in some sense of panic must have taken over. And it's like, just buy me one more day. Buy me one more day. Buy me one more day.
Yes.
or guilt.
Let me throw myself down the stairs. If
I
you're
don't
going to throw
know.
yourself down the stairs, dude, at least do something that results in crutches or a sling. You need
In fairness,
visual.
his lawyer did a pretty good job, like, trying. I mean, she made
Get me off. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was
she
selling
went
it
through
better than he was.
Oh, big time. She,
I mean,
Yeah.
she
got
was
into
doing
it.
her job.
She got into it. She was using her whole body, and she's like, "This is not fair." It needs to be
Wasn't she
adjourned."
pounding on the table too at one
Yeah.
point?
Oh, several
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
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 Several
See,
times.
she was putting in the performance. Why wasn't he? When
Yeah.
she
Well,
when
he was
she
concussed,
started
Dan.
questioning
He was
when
too
she started
concussed to put on the
questioning him,
show.
he should have stood up just a little bit and then like fallen over.
He
He
should have
should
just
put on the
drooled all over
headbandage.
himself.
Just
Mhm.
put the gauze around his head. Like I have a concussion.
Stain it
Guys.
with a little bit of Heinz.
I
Yeah.
have a concussion. I can't go through with it today, Judge.
Judge is like, let's unbandage his head. There's no wound. He's like,
Let's
it's
see.
a miracle.
Ew.
Hey, this is
I'm
magic
so
baby.
sorry, Judge. Oh, no, not again. Yeah.
Oh, man.
What sold it to me as this was truly a delay tactic versus an actual event was, I think if he had actually fallen and hit his head, the phone call would have been, "Hey, we're in the ER. He may have a concussion. Let's delay the start." But the fact they went immediately to, "We can't have this today," tells me it was a stall tactic and not just a pure coincidence.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've fallen
And the fact- and the fact-
get up.
And the fact that the court didn't know what was going on with him.
Yeah.
They had
Yeah.
to track him down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
nothing aggravates the court more than tracking people down.
Well,
Um,
the prosecutor insisted that they have a marshal go and arrest him.
That was precious. He's like, Judge, can I have the copy of that written order? Because I got a marshal standing right over
there.
here, and I'm just
Yep.
gonna go send him.
He
At
was
9:30,
not
and that's exactly
having
what
the
they
show.
did.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the prosecutor's like, well, the only reason he's here is because we had someone go and bring him here because he went straight home from the hospital.
Yep.
Like he knew he had a
That's
court
the other
appearance.
part
Why
that
wouldn't he
tells
come
me
here?
This was purely a stall tactic.
Just this aspect of the case alone was fascinating.
Yes.
Never mind the fact that, then we got to the sentencing, which, was definitely one part sad and a couple of parts frustrating. But
Yes.
everything about this guy is just annoying. Like everything. If annoying had a face, this would have been it.
Annoying has many faces in my life experience, but yes, I agree
Well.
he would be one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a very punchable case. Like the whole case was just because
Yeah.
it's
Punchable case.
yeah, it's like
It's very low.
it is. Like ripping off people at their most vulnerable. This and like those mediums that claim to talk to your dead loved ones. These are people like shysters like this are, in my opinion, just almost as bad as murderers because they take advantage of people at their absolute lowest point.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then feign ignorance or try to minimize it, or in this case, just not even show up and delay, and won't ever take the accountability. And the worst part about this case is this guy, I mean, he defrauded $1.1 million from people who were expecting, funeral services, and they're never getting that money back. That is never going to happen.
55 of those are incapacitated, so they need a public guardian to even speak on their behalf.
Yeah.
That's what killed me.
Yep.
Well,
that
and
in the
then
end. Did we know that part when we first saw the case?
I don't think so.
the 55,
Lord.
no.
No.
No, that was heartbreaking.
Yeah,
which is saying something because the whole case is heartbreaking.
Right?
Yep.
made it even worse. I found it interesting, and God bless her for doing her job, but I found it interesting how the defense attorney was really trying to play up just what a good citizen he really was. He just, had this problem, which we found out was lottery tickets and stuff, which we didn't know that
Yes.
before. So that was neat.
Yeah.
But she was saying that, well, he was still putting on the funerals as they were coming up. Well, yeah, because the jig would be up if he didn't.
Right,
And-
the Ponzi scheme.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she was saying how he once shoveled somebody's driveway or walkway or something like that.
Yes.
Shovel the
And I'm
driveway
like-
so someone can make it out to it. Yep.
Like,
I'm
what
like,
is this?
So
Irrelevant.
what? That's Michigan.
I was going to put my gavel down and say irrelevant or something. 'Cause
Yeah.
It is irrelevant.
Ashley
to the
has a
case.
gavel with her.
We all have gavels. They're just on the screen.
Yep.
I know prosecutors and defense wouldn't have objections and stuff with the gavel, but I still like the gavel for the effect.
Yes.
Yeah. But maybe that's what gave him the concussion.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Could be.
Whacked with the gavel.
I will throw this gavel at you.
That
They
would
are
somehow
Or
be
getting it thrown at him by the judge.
Throw the book, throw the gavel, whatever.
My
Yeah,
my
what
band
the-
director used to throw batons at us, so why not?
Yep.
Don't bring them memories back.
We say, were you ever in a high school band if you didn't
Yes.
get something thrown at you from the podium?
Yeah.
Nah.
Our algebra teacher in high school, Miss Lucas, God bless her, chain smoker back in her office, and nobody could ever go in her office for that reason. But she would chuck these chalky erasers at you if she didn't like your answer. Still remember that, Mr. Soul. Your answer is asinine, and then this
How
chalky
do you have an
eraser just
asinine
comes
answer in
flying
algebra?
at your head.
I guess it's like a.
It just that it was wrong.
I wouldn't
Oh, I
use
thought
that
it'd be like,
word in
what's
that
the
setting.
the
Asinine.
square root of -2? And you're like, your mom? I mean, that's about the only way I could see that being asinine. Like, I don't know.
Just if it was wrong. If it was wrong, your answer was asinine.
Oh, she was just annoyed by any incorrect answer.
But you know what? She was the only teacher when I graduated that actually provided me with a gift. All of her students who went through her algebra classes, when they graduated, they all got gifts from her.
Oh.
Oh.
Was it an eraser?
No, but that would have been hilarious. That
There's a little bit. That's cool.
would have been super cool.
Yep.
Oh, heavens.
Okay,
so we
so-
gotta
We went through
Okay.
throwing gavels to
And
Okay, got it.
erasers.
And-
Yeah, we're good.
Well,
well,
that's the thing, though, is, this case is just so you have, again, 200 victims.
Yeah.
You have over $1 million. The sentence, I guess we could talk about the sentence here.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
we have watched a lot of cases in Michigan, a lot of embezzlement cases or fraud cases in Michigan. Quite famously, it seems like the worst ones are always in Judge Anzalone's court for some reason. Someone ripped off over $200,000 and was on probation. I mean, it doesn't get more frustrating than that. But I think the reasoning on that was so that because that person was younger and was working, and they're like, well, maybe those people have a chance at getting the money back. And part of the argument on the sentence in this case that Judge Prill made was that there's we could punish more harshly, but we want to have at least some chance for the victims to get money back. I'm like, you're not getting money back from this dude. His working days are over. Even if they weren't, even if he was 22 years old, he is now, this is fraud. This is, talk about a crime of moral turpitude. Who would ever hire him, or who would ever, to be a dog catcher, let alone, somebody in any sort of authority position? Never going to happen. So I didn't understand any sort of mitigation for the potential of getting money back, because you're not going to from him. You can't get blood from a turnip.
Right.
No.
You'll be happy.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. My question is still, I know it was supposed to be held in escrow for these expenses. For the future expenses, like prepaid expenses. Yeah. Supposed to be held in escrow. So my question is, well, I still think there should have been something in place for the escrow money, or some kind of fail-safe there that wasn't put in place. So that's
like on the escrow account?
Yeah, but it was never put in escrow to begin with.
Right.
Yep.
So that's what I'm thinking. Like, how can they
Some
not
kind of clause in the contract, you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, then why would he do that if the whole point was he was
right
paying it forward?
Yep.
They put it in escrow. There was a safe in the back corner of the office that said escrow on it. And he was the only one with the combination, and that's where the money went.
Yep.
Coming from a real estate mindset, when we rent properties and we have to put security deposits in escrow, I'm coming from that type of mindset where you can be audited by other entities, government entities, to make sure you are safe keeping people's money. But this, I just don't know. I think he's been there for a while. I'm just surprised it was never caught.
Yeah.
Beforehand.
And now I'm wondering if, are there protection programs for this type of situation where, you've prepaid for services and you're guaranteed through Funeral Directors of America?
Yep.
I'm guessing if you're doing it right, yes.
You should.
But I'm guessing this guy subverted the legal boundaries to do what he was doing.
I guess so.
Unless he truly believed, I'm going to buy these lottery tickets and I'm going to win the big jackpot and everything.
Yeah, that reminds me of that lady that used her mom's credit card too. That whole lottery thing with the whole
online gambling
issue.
to pay back her debts.
Right.
Again, Huron County.
There is something that these people share is they have they have gambling habits apparently. So that was also something that keeps coming up through what we talk about.
Well, I've got some good stuff to share to further infuriate, perhaps. Austin dropped us the link for their website. It's still a going concern, this business. They have a plan ahead tab at the top of their page. Which says pre-planning your funeral should be a natural part of life because it provides you with time to make end-of-life decisions in a calm and rational atmosphere. Start the planning process online now or meet with one of our pre-planning advisors. Here's the good news. They have online pre-planning forms that are password protected. So that's how you know you're safe there.
Great.
But then in the About Us, we invite you to discover who has made Kaufman and Company Funeral Home Incorporated the ultimate provider of creating healing experiences in the community. This section contains the heritage, vision, and the people behind Kaufman and Company Funeral Home Incorporated's reputation of quality, sincerity, and trust.
Or not.
And they took out all of the people from that page.
I might take this page down for the time being.
Yeah, because it says it contains the people behind Kaufman and Company. There are no people.
It's a blank page.
There's like a community events tab, but that is it.
Yep.
Oh man.
Community events, the lynching of Mr. Kaufman. I'm not. Let's make it clear. I am not condoning any violence, and
Right.
we can't get to him anyways because he's locked away now.
Yeah,
But-
YouTube.
But not for as long as he should have been.
It's still a life sentence. Let's be real. He's not
I mean,
getting out.
yeah, it is.
Yep.
But
So interesting as I scroll through their frequently asked questions page.
Yeah.
What recourse does a consumer have for poor service or overcharging? And it looks like these folks might be able to go to the FTC.
Oh.
Say, while most funeral homes provide outstanding services, sometimes things can go wrong. And then funeral service is regulated by the Federal Trade Commission and state licensing boards.
Yeah. That's who I'm thinking that should
They
be
might
auditing
be able to
these
seek
people.
recourse by
Yeah.
going to the
sometimes your director just completely rips you off.
Yeah, that sentence was just conveniently missing from the
Yeah,
FAQ.
like- It's like it's like Lindsay started reading it. I was like, oh, this is going somewhere. And then there was a period, and then there was nothing else. And I was
well,
like,
there's
well,
more there, but I just read the first.
right. But I mean, like, what should have been there? There's the quiet part and the loud part, and the loud part was just omitted completely.
Yeah. So
I looked under
the rest
what
of it
they-
was, in most cases, the consumer should discuss problems with the funeral director first. Okay, we've clearly bypassed
Well,
that part.
No.
If the dispute cannot be solved by talking with the funeral director, the consumer may wish to contact the FTC directly, and then there's all the different ways that you can do it. So there's calling them, there's by mail, and then there's on the internet, capital I, at www.ftc.gov using the online complaint form.
Okay.
So yeah,
So here's what's got my attention, though. A few questions up from that. I can't believe this question is still out there in this day and age.
Okay.
Is it possible to have a traditional funeral if someone dies of AIDS?
I saw that.
Oh.
What? That's like a early 80s kind of question.
Yeah, it's
Well,
totally
how-
debunked.
It kind of looks like when the site was created, though. Let's be honest.
What,
Yeah, no,
what
it's-
if
it's
what if the
little-
deceased was gay? Like what? Like how outdated? Like what? What?
They might have something
What-
against natural.
What if they were a witch? Do we just burn them at the stake?
Well, that's
Yeah,
kind of
only
what this
one at a
question
time, because
implies.
cremating more than one body at a time is illegal. That's further down the page.
So when I went to what we do on their page, I scroll all the way down. It says veteran services, and that even made me madder.
As this show just turns into us picking apart their website.
Well, why not? Because the guy that ran the damn thing is ripped off 1.1 million. So now there's kind of some irony to look at here.
Yeah, it just says
This is
Kaufman.
the
finding
now.
out
It
that
doesn't say
happens when you
Kaufman
F
and
around,
anybody
guys.
else. So it's all
Yep.
him.
Yeah.
You get 5
I-
strangers completely eviscerating your website.
I like, and I like when the attorneys are like, well, listen, he's here, he's accountable. I'm like, well, he wasn't though.
He had to be dragged in by a
He had to be
marshal.
dragged in handcuffs. He's delayed it several times.
Yeah.
And even then, he's still not completely accountable. He,
No,
he's
not. Has he ever? Okay, has he said an apology? Because I
No,
haven't
because
heard
there's
him.
the
No.
civil case, and he can't implicate himself in the civil case.
That's
Oh,
why it was a
right.
no contest plea. Like,
Yep.
it's really going to
Yeah.
matter. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
what are they going to do? Take his 10 cents an hour that he makes for working in the kitchen, maybe?
Yeah.
well, that is what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can they put liens on your commissary account?
They're going to go ahead and Hope-
No, I don't think so.
I
listen,
believe they
if-
can. I think they can take 50% of your
Can they?
commissary account.
I'm gonna look this
Yeah,
up.
if he lives
Yeah,
to
look
be
it up.
33,000 years old, though, people will get their money back.
Yep.
Well,
Just according to my math.
maybe where this is where Elon Musk's transhumanist kind of approach will make a difference.
Yeah, just once
is
he's
deal
like
with the
fully
criminals.
bionic,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's just Neuralinked, and he's basically a cyborg at that point. I mean, so he'll be able to pay everything back. Of course,
I will
who's he
ask
really
how
paying
you
it back
know
to?
it was 50%. So I'll withhold my question. But yeah,
How I
You're right.
know?
yeah. That was
Because
pretty
that's the standard
precise.
max for any kind of deduction lien.
I'll withhold it as I just straight up ask you.
I'll ask without asking.
Yeah.
No, that's just the standard amount. I mean, look, I had to pay child support before, so you get to know these
true.
things.
Yeah.
You get to
I
know
wonder
how
what
much
it
they
is
can
like
actually take for you.
Yeah, because even though we don't have debtor's prison, we have debtor's prison if you don't pay your child support.
Yes, we do. The math matters. Barbara, thank you for the $5. This is one hell of a case. The people will never get their money back, and he didn't even care. But thank you.
Yeah,
the panel.
That was the thing too. Is there, at least I will say in a couple of those Anzalone cases that we've watched where someone is owed an exorbitant amount of money. I remember one case. The person actually was accountable. I mean, they had some remorse. I mean, at least they said all the right things. Whether or not they really felt that, I mean, I don't know. I'm not in their head, but this guy was just sitting there, and I know there's the civil case, but he ain't winning that. There's no chance that he's going to get anything other than a judgment against him.
Yep.
Because in a civil case, it's like it's not even beyond a reasonable doubt. It's just preponderance of the evidence. And I mean, the fact is, there's no other person that it could have been. I mean, I don't know. It seems pretty open and shut.
Yep.
Yeah. I wonder.
Is this worth 39 felonies to do? I say no.
No. Is it ever worth it?
No, it's never worth it. But I don't think these people really think everything through either. Of course,
We talk about this all the time with these financial crimes. These people get it in their heads that they're never going to be caught, and that what they're doing is just somehow amazing and like transformative. Like nobody's ever thought to do it like this before.
Right.
And everybody always gets caught.
Yep.
Right.
They'll never suspect the funeral director.
Which, of course, is the first person they suspect.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's an elderly guy, and they want to. I feel like he plays like a certain persona with the community, because he is just an elderly man trying to do his best for his community type thing. And on the flip side, he's stealing money from them. So
Yep.
I guess it served him well. I guess it served him while it stood until he got caught, but I don't know.
Yep.
So,
Well,
Wahoo,
this
to
went
answer
on
your
for a long
question,
period of time.
Yeah.
10 years.
So Wahoo asked, did anyone else in the funeral parlor get charged, or did he act on his own? Sounded like he acted on his own.
Yeah.
Kind of a one-man operation.
I'm looking that up right now.
Or at least this piece of it was.
And yeah, it looks like he was charged on his own.
Because he's the owner.
And typically in cases like that, that's how
I'm
it
not
goes.
certain how he got caught. That's what I'm looking for next.
Oh.
So if I remember right, like during the sentencing, they said, I believe it was one of the indigent folks. They went to tap into the services and there was no funding. And it got flagged.
Then it got flagged.
Yeah. But the key piece that the defense attorney kept saying is like, people were having their services. The people were having their services. And it's like, yes, because the money was still coming in. Therefore, there was money to go out.
Right.
When the services stop, they have a problem.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean that's how Ponzi schemes work. As long as you keep ripping people off, there's
Yes.
there's always more money still to come in, and so you can still kind of keep the charade going. But
Exactly.
Yep.
yeah, I guess he figured he could just keep it up until he just decided to retire one day.
I think that's what he was thinking as well.
72 though, he had to be getting a point where he was thinking about it, and maybe that was the strategy with the lottery tickets.
Could be.
Well, if
Or
I just
senile.
win $1 million, I'll only have to pay back $100,000.
$1 million does not get you that far anymore. That's the sickening part.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I can't find any definitive answer on how he was caught, but
Oh.
Yep.
Wait.
probably
I just
something-
found that the state began looking into the matter in June 2025 after a referral from the Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs. Kaufman has an
someone
order to pay
called
for
him
it.
in.
That's all it says.
Consumer protection.
Someone
Yeah.
called him in.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that
That makes a
sense.
lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I put money in. Where is it?
Hey, FTC.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the infuriating part of this is that, just like with a lot of other fraud cases, sometimes these things go on for a long time and they would get away with it, but for some random thing setting it off, somebody, sees something that's slightly irregular and they check it out, expecting to find maybe just a minor irregularity or maybe even just a simple, like within a certain acceptable error limit. And then of course they really start to scrutinize the books and they're like, oh crap, we're off by $1 million here. Something really went cattywampus on us,
I would
Then,
hate to be an auditor for that. For this.
Yeah.
Person. Oh my god.
well, and that's what, I think we've talked about this before. It's like, I would really hate to have to be the person that goes through because then it's like, well, you have to scrutinize this pretty heavily. Although in some cases, maybe, and probably in this case, the math doesn't math very it pretty fast. You can see that the math isn't mathing, and so something is off.
Yeah.
And the question may arise, like, even though he is an elderly person that stole this money, should he get off lightly just because he's elderly? I say no, of course.
Yeah.
Of course not. He knew what he was doing.
Yep.
Well,
He
and I don't
seemed-
think
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't think he did get off lightly in the end because 7 to 20 again, it's likely a death sentence for him.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, he's not getting out, which is probably why he did his concussion delay tactic, just to buy another day, just like people on death row do.
Yeah.
If I
Yeah.
can file this one appeal and get just a few more days.
Buy some time.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, we lost Ash.
Oh,
Yep.
oh boy.
Even if he gets off at the 7-year mark, he's still going to be over 80 or right at 80.
I'm here.
There she is.
There we go. And she's
Hi.
back.
I'm here.
Actually disappeared into the void.
I know. My computer got fed up with him taking money from everybody.
Well, and then you hear the victim impact statements. All right. So then that's always just the gut wrenching part, and we've heard some doozies in these kinds of court cases through the years. But when you hear about people that now their life savings or at least a big chunk of their savings was spent into this, as their sort of final resting place, or you hear about people that knew the guy and knew, he was part of the community, and you just hear the broken trust and the broken hearts and people that they can't afford a proper service for their loved one or
Or two people.
or two people, insert story here, and it's just, that's so tough.
all along.
And again, this is why a case like this is just, I call it a punchable case, because it's just like, if evil had a face. And again, it's kind of like people that rip off from charities, or
which we've seen,
we have seen a lot.
Ambulance services.
Yeah. I mean, yes, of course, all crimes are bad. Neat. We can sit here and say that, but certain
crimes are bad.
crimes,
Neat.
yeah. But certain crimes are just so disgusting.
Yes.
And this is definitely on just it may not be child stuff, okay, but in terms of just like, dude, why? What the hell is wrong with you kind of crime? Yeah. When someone steals from a bank, yeah, it's still wrong, of course, but we're like, it's a bank, like they rip us off. I mean, who the fuck, like we kind of just go, yeah, of course he should do his jail time, but we're not really going to get that upset if he only gets like probation. This is like people that had the rest of their, this is their end of life.
Yeah.
And again, people are at their most vulnerable and their weakest state. And that's why a lot of people don't even realize they've been ripped off for a long time, because they're not really thinking it through. They make the perfect kind of victim. Elderly people, and again, it's real scumbag behavior.
I have a question. Who's going to bury him?
State of Michigan.
State.
I'm sure a lot of people in that community,
in a pine box.
A lot of people in that community would gladly go and dig it out, and dig a hole for him.
Yep.
We'll put him in there for you.
My thought with him going into custody is, now that he's in custody and he has experience, is that going to be his prison job? Burying the deceased inmates or helping to do that? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he would mind that, actually.
But that was my first thought when he was found guilty is,
That's a good question.
One of those delightfully ironic punishments.
Yeah, pretty much.
You have to do your job for the rest of your life, basically for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or for
I didn't think of it.
That's a corner of hell no one's talked about.
Austin.
Or he
got
has
the Rod
to be
Serling brain going.
Or he has to be punished by working with the living.
Oh,
you could equally
that would be a worse
punishment. Like I don't know
true.
if Michigan does this, but there's prisons that have like the call centers and stuff. A lot of times when you get into a call center, it's actually prisoners that you're talking to.
Interesting.
That would be hilarious in a way too, if he was forced to deal with like real people for the rest of his days. Ones that actually talk back. That could be fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep him out of the kitchen.
You gotta laugh, because otherwise you cry at a case like this. It's just, man.
But
it's next ripping off the Boy Scouts.
Probably. We have this tremendous community here, and we come together and we have a great time, and that's all great. And it's probably weird that we've become so close looking at things that are so bad.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about it. We talk, at least I do, about the enshittification of the world. Even death has become enshittified now. It's true. I mean,
you can't even die properly anymore without the whole thing being just shit. You can't just turn to ashes. You can't turn to dust.
Service for your death, isn't there?
Oh, God.
No, I'm sure.
Are we? Is it? No. Is everything? Is it going to just be another service? Like, oh, you got to pay like a monthly death fee. Like.
Yep.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, let me look it up. Now you got me curious. Death.
A dust maintenance fee.
Well, let's not say death. Let's say burial subscription service. Surprisingly affordable space burials comes up.
Of course.
Space burials?
Yep.
Like
What?
put you on a
Okay.
rocket
Launch
and
your
poof,
ass
off you
into
go?
space.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing.
We'll bury you on the Sea of Tranquility.
They're gonna
on the
do that
moon.
with Shatner. He's already said it's a thing.
Oh, I
Well,
could
but
see
I
that.
can't wait.
So it just a bunch of prepaid stuff comes up and whatnot. So I don't see anybody, at least in just a cursory search, that does like a death subscription service. But it's a niche somebody will fill at some
Yep.
point. I guarantee it, and it'll be a way to rip people off because it's going to be
Go bundle it
funded.
with your Office
It'll be
365.
worse than
It's-
life insurance.
It's gonna be funded by the same
Graves
VCs who
365.
back Silicon Valley, because it'll be an app, and everybody will throw all this money into this app.
Oh my.
Good death
Then it'll
app.
go bankrupt in a few years, and somebody will be in prison for it. And yeah,
And then the
Hi,
app
I'm Michael
every
Groff
day
for
will
the
ask,
Death app.
The app every day will ask you, "Are you alive? Are you alive? Are you alive? Are you alive?"
Tap if you're still alive. And if you're not, well, yes.
monthly
Yeah,
survey. Have you thought about death? How close do you feel to death?
If you've
death
died,
came tomorrow,
let
would
us
you
know what
welcome it?
happens.
Oh Lord, we're so twisted sometimes. But that's
Are
okay.
you in the hot place? I'm telling you, like,
Remember, if you do anything to yourself, this policy is voided. Maybe it will help people not, do the thing. Anyway,
And the app is
Ashley's
data
dark thought.
harvesting your death.
yeah.
yes.
It's like tracking your
Exactly.
decay and everything else. There's a
So
thing.
your loved ones can look in.
Yeah,
Thank
exactly.
you,
Tim, thank
Bo.
you for gifting 5 memberships. I
Yes,
appreciate
thank
that
you.
very much. sir.
I'm telling you, as dark as all this is, that's where we're headed.
Oh yeah.
And people might be saying, you guys you went away from talking about this case. What else can be said about a dude that built 200 people out of $1 million? Again, vulnerable
But they'll
Well,
never
people.
get
related to
back.
the case, like this is other
Yeah.
ways you can get effed over
Yeah,
in your death experience.
and it's gonna happen again. Like I said, they're gonna be bundling, your monthly services, now your death app has Apple Pay. Oh, that's
It's
good.
going to be one of those reward things that you get with Verizon, for example.
Lindsay.
Google Pay.
Just picturing this hand coming out of a casket, like holding up a phone.
Swipe.
Oh man, we're so dark and morbid. This is awesome though.
Ashley's dark thoughts have spread to all of us.
All you can do is laugh, though.
I know,
yeah,
right?
because again,
This
there's
is so bad.
it is, but and again, whenever we have a case like this, my thoughts always go to this too. So this guy did it and he got away with it for a long time. How many other people are doing this?
Yeah.
How pervasive is this?
12 out of 10, probably.
Well, right. I mean, Dan joked about the enshittification of everything, including death. I mean, is it really? Is this a rampant problem in this industry too? I mean, is nothing sacred really? I mean,
Yes, I've heard stories about funeral homes taking advantage of people. They give people the wrong ashes as well, or
Yeah.
they put they give people fake ashes. Yeah, there's something wrong with this industry as well. I think every industry has its issues for sure. It's just which one do you pick?
Somebody, and I don't remember who it was, on the stream yesterday when we were covering this live was saying there was some funeral director who was just stacking bodies in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of sadly enough, I've heard of a couple cases like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is a thing.
Yeah, but
You guys
I mean,
heard of
it's,
human composting?
yes.
Yes. I've also heard of the water one where they
Yeah.
put people in the water and
Yeah, we talked about that one. That's how they make soy sauce.
Ugh.
oh, okay, Dan.
The Soylent Green version
Or
of soy
that.
sauce, but
Ugh.
soy sauce is basically just fish rotting in water out in the sun for a certain amount of time.
Soy
Then you
sauce?
filter and serve.
Soy sauce? Isn't that soybeans? Or are you thinking fish sauce?
No, I believe fish sauce or soy sauce, one of them. I think traditional soy sauce actually involves like rotting fish.
This reminds me, I'm getting hungry.
We were looking at doing Chinese food tonight, but we opted for the pizza instead.
Well, yeah.
Oh, there she goes again.
Whoops.
So I guess just like everything else on this, the question then that we have to ask is, was justice served? And or maybe the bigger question is, could justice even be properly served on a case like this?
No.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
And so
I don't
given
care
that,
how much time you give him.
right. But given the parameters, Ashley's dark internet, given the parameters of what we have, of what happened, then given that, justice cannot properly be served, was it served to the best of its ability? Did the judge do the best that the judge could possibly have done? I guess that's the other question. I mean, because we can all sit here and say, yeah, there's no way it could be done, and there's no punishment that could properly, be administered that would make people happy or try to undo the damage that was done here. But within that, okay, is this as close as we could get to justice being served?
Ashley really needs to get off of AOL. All right, we'll work on it.
That guy died recently himself. Hopefully not in Michigan.
Right.
I don't know what's happening, to be honest, you guys. Sorry.
So
I think my computer got mad at me.
Stop using Netscape.
Netscape? I haven't been on there in
Net
ages.
Zero.
CompuServe.
CompuServe.
All the oldies. So, and there she goes again. I'm just going to leave her in purgatory for a minute until I can finish my thought. And I don't remember what my damn thought was. Now.
She's going to remain in purgatory.
Doggone it. I was just going to say, I've said before multiple times that like death does not scare me, but maybe it does. Just for possibly how my body is going to be treated after the fact. Not worried about where I'm going to go. I'm worried about what they're going to do with my remains at this point.
Yeah.
Pretty messed
I
up.
can see that.
Yeah, I'm obviously concerned as well about that, because I'm a little bit more scared of
that's
death.
kind of what this guy was like playing on. It's like, okay, these people were concerned about end of life expenses, so they took care of that for their families. And now it's gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a very natural fear to have because you can see how it can be exploited.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, you're dead and may not care because dead, but the families. I mean, the problem is, funerals are for the living; they're not for the dead. The celebration of life is for those that are living, still alive. That said, what about those people? And they don't ever get closure. They don't ever get any sort of retribution here. Okay, the guy goes to prison. Neat.
That money's
cool.
still gone.
Yep.
What do you do now?
And you're not getting it back again unless he lives 33,000 years. And at that point, you're long dead, and your family was ripped off by some other shyster funeral directors.
Or
So
the FTC has some kind of recourse that can be provided, but
yeah,
federal. So who the hell knows?
and in this current government, I wouldn't trust that.
I think they need to sell his when I guess his belongings. I mean, he won't need them. I mean, he's in prison and stuff, but I know his family will get a lot of his belongings. But I don't think it will cover $1 million though. It depends what he bought with it. I mean, if it's gambling, unfortunately, no. But if it's like
he's ripping off people on funerals, there are no assets out there left to liquidate, short of a shoe collection, bottle caps in a drawer.
Now, if he bought a big boat or something, I mean, maybe it will help a little bit. But yeah, unfortunately, if he lost on gambling, it's gone.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, he might have a car. He might have a
he has a shovel. He shoveled that person's driveway.
Yep.
Someone should get the shovel.
Well, you really can't go reclaim the business either and try to liquidate that. Number one, because there's going to be other owners besides him. I'm certain of it.
Yeah.
And then beyond that, that potentially just does more damage to the community anyways, because it's not like there's 55 different funeral services and bad acts.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I don't know. So we've talked before about the idea of, instead of putting some of these people in prison, putting them to work. This might have been a candidate for that idea.
yes.
To claw back some of that money.
Mm-hmm.
At 72 though.
Yep.
Find him a desk job in a library or something. You're paying a librarian, pay him nothing and reroute the salary from the librarian. Is it going to completely
I liked your
fix it?
customer
No.
service
Yes.
idea.
Put him in a call center. Make him deal with people.
Yep.
I mean, if he's great enough to steal this money from people, I'm sure he can handle customer service no problem.
I don't know. With some customers, theft is probably easier than dealing with them. But I follow what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That would probably be the only thing that could even get you close. But then still at his age, you would never claw back 1.1 million.
So
I wouldn't even think he'd get half of that clawed back.
I have a very dark idea of how you could claw back that 1.1 million, and I'm not going to share it on the stream, but I'll share it after the fact if you want.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It would ensure that money comes back.
Yeah.
But it is very dark and not very Christian.
Mm-hmm.
But it would do it.
If I knew what it was, I'd just share it because I'm that level of dark.
Yeah, well.
Are you
I have to
can I
this
take
channel,
a gamble?
Oh, it's that bad?
After.
Okay.
Yeah. I have to preserve the channel.
This
is a family. No, it's not. Never mind. It's not a family show.
It's a family channel. We're just all grown-up family.
Yeah, dysfunctional family.
Grown-up family. Not exactly.
Yep.
We're just a family that can't believe some of the BS.
Yeah. So other than Dan's obviously very sinister idea, I don't know how else you get much out of him other than just putting him to work and and getting what you can out of him before he himself rolls a 7. So I don't know.
Yep.
I guess the other question that whenever we have these cases that I always ask too is then how do we prevent this going forward? Just wow. Well, how do we prevent that too? Yeah. Ashley on her 14-4.
Oh.
Oh my
there you go.
There she is.
Ashley, did your parents pick up the phone and that's what knocked you off the 14-4?
I have no idea. I think it was Dan's dark thought.
That has been my thought every time is who keeps picking up the phone?
Yeah. Ashley's mom really needs to make a phone call.
The phone is making these funny
I
noises.
don't know what's happening. I would have to probably reset my router, but yeah.
Are there storms in your area?
Ashley, do you remember dial-up internet, or are you too young? Okay.
Yeah, I did the Toontown thing. I know all about it. Yep.
Okay.
The Toontown, and then when somebody would pick it up, we go.
You guys are kids. You guys are kids. I had a 300 baud modem for my Commodore 64.
Yeah. Yep, you get on those old bulletin board systems and.
Yeah, the AOL says Barbara.
Yeah.
Yep.
I ran a bulletin board for a couple of years.
Yeah, the funny part is
how old I am.
It's weird. Like, I'm sure I was. The weird thing is Dan and I probably ran into Dan on like an internet, like on a bulletin board system when I was like 12. Because there weren't that many of them. It was like.
Oh, now payphones. I think Tim was talking about payphones. I don't remember payphones too well, but I do remember.
Really?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, I think payphones was phasing out when I got
I remember rotary payphones.
Yeah, no, definitely not rotary payphones either. No. Mm-mm.
And again, for anyone wondering, no, I'm not 78.
Rotary phones always gave me such anxiety. I know.
Because you dial the wrong thing. If you hit the wrong one, then you had to redo all of it.
All of it.
Yep.
My grandma had a rotary phone till like about 1986.
Did you still have to pay if you got the wrong?
Oh, yeah. Yes, of course.
Oh, I see.
My grandparents held on to their rotary phone well into the 90s.
Yep, my grandparents too.
Yeah.
When
they had to get like the giant button phone, like when they couldn't see anymore, then the rotary phone finally went.
These buttons are the size of dinner plates, Grandma. Just dial the damn phone.
Yep.
Hello.
Well, now we're
on that note.
What are things people?
How do we get here? Okay.
Here we go.
We've completely devolved.
The rails are somewhere over there now.
Any final thoughts?
It was me coming in and out. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Any final thoughts, Ashley, before you fade out again on creepy, unethical funeral home directors?
Okay. Well, in the end, he didn't just bury the dead. He buried his own future. When you prey on the most vulnerable at their lowest moments, even a first-time offender can receive what amounts to a life sentence. So it was totally on him. Unfortunately, he's kind of a bane to his society, his community. But he brought it on himself. So, and I say that to anyone else that embezzles money from other people. Just don't expect any kind of happiness or cheerfulness from people, because, people don't like when you take things from them. They don't like when you take their loved ones away from them. They don't like when you take their money away from them, for sure. And the sense of comfort and death. I mean, they want to die peacefully. So people just don't like it. So that's my final thought anyway.
All right. Austin?
Death is the final act, and now as part of these people's final act, there's going to have to be repaid for, and then you still have that, the loved ones still have the memory of being part of this too. So it's going to hit them twice, basically, when their loved one goes.
That is fair. Lindsay?
When you're already facing jail for doing something incredibly sucky, don't fake a concussion to drag it out.
Yeah.
Face it like a grown-up.
Yeah, Yeah, cut off a finger or something, make it more
This
real.
show-
right?
Yeah, if
It's
you're
just-
gonna fake something, like go for it. Like concussion.
It just
that's
shows
weak.
how
Yeah.
anyone can bonk their head. I want to see limb loss.
it shows how much responsibility he's taken for his actions.
Wow.
These guys are being so profound. I just had to take another direction.
I love it. Go, Lindsay.
off.
I
Arm
want to
next
see
time.
blood. Lindsay's dark thoughts. Wow.
Lindsay goes
Awesome.
on Handmaid's Tale there.
Yep.
I didn't like that
Alright.
book.
It's always
Yeah,
the ones you
I
least
agree.
expect.
I know it. Michael?
Michael Groff here for the Death app. And when you're about to roll a 7, when you're about to meet your maker, swipe down. Swipe 6 feet down for the Death app. Track when you're going to die, when you're dead. Let all your family relatives know, hey, I'm in the process of decomposing with the Death app.
Mike, you're hired.
Now $1.1 million on Apple Pay.
All right, that'll be a short later.
You're hired, Mike. You did it.
Nice.
Okay.
So you all know that I've pretty much opted out of the healthcare system because it's shit. I'm now going to opt out of the death care system. So I'm going to tell all of you this since you're like my extended family, and I'll let Beth know later too. When I die, here's what I want you to do. I want you to build a big bonfire. I want you to prop me up on top of that sucker like they did for Darth Vader in Return of the Jedi and just burn my ass and we'll be done.
Dig your own grave and save.
Yep. It just seems like a much more valid idea with a lot less risk.
The dig your own grave and save can be illegal, though.
Yeah, you could sell
If
a
you
kit
get
for
caught.
that, though.
If you get caught. Just saying.
This is your
So there's no thoughts
grave
out there.
digger.
Make sure you have all your permits first.
Yes.
Yes.
So with the Death app, for those who can't afford the full subscription, you could sell the DIY kit. That's like a shovel.
Ashley's internet's on the Death app.
Yes, it is.
Ashley's getting out of here before she gets implicated in someone's
Yep.
bonfire death.
Before
right.
some limbs just come flying off, courtesy of Lindsay.
Right.
I'm
Yeah, I
so
didn't say I
tired
was
of my
going to cut him
internet.
off. I said he should have cut it off.
Well,
So-
yeah, same.
Yeah, whatever.
Saying, commit to the bit.
All right.
On that note,
On that note, we'll be back with some other dark topic on Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Back here tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, a half an hour earlier if you're a channel member. I hope you all had fun as we got through this dark topic, but we laughed, so that was good.
Yeah. Rainbows and butterflies on Thursday.
And if you don't
Rainbows and
laugh, you
stickers and
cry.
ponies and myspace.com. All right.
And Barbie.com.
Yes, that too. All right, guys. See you later. God bless.
I